What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we're going to be talking about this newest Warner Bros. Tease. Now, we have a lot to talk about. I'm sorry this took a little bit to go up. This is literally to the minute, the first minute that I could get this video up while sending notifications out. And although I know YouTube sucks with that kind of thing, I did want to try to, spread this out as far as I could get it. So let's jump right in. Firstly, I'd like to take this opportunity to say that this means a lot more than just what the posts are, than just what the pictures are. Okay, and we're going to talk about all of that in a second. Let's get to what actually they posted. So on 3 different social media sites, I'll be circling through these pictures and then also showing you guys the completed picture on all 3 social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And again, this isn't new news for those that had been like eyeballing this stuff, but some people, they don't know. They come to these videos as the first bout of information. So we had 3 different pictures that are all different parts of a badge, pretty much. And if you put all 3 pictures, and again, they put each of these on each of their social media sites, and when you put them all together, it forms one complete image. And all 3 of them had the caption "Capture the Night" on top of it or below it, depending on which social media site it's on. And again, it forms a badge. Now, a lot of people have jumped to GCPD and how it could be the Court of Owls taking them over, right? How they infiltrated them. I think that's pretty darn solid. I mean, it does look, even if you don't know anything about the backstory or lore or comics of Batman, which, to be quite honest, I'm not in the group where I do. Okay, I was trying to read literally every single article possible that was reporting on this, and a lot of them they don't know, right? So a lot of them just assumed police badge, and then I kept looking, tried to get some feedback from what other people in the Arkham community were saying, and it does seem kind of unanimous that it is the GCPD police badge. So that is very, very exciting. Now, again, what the image, and this could be a disappointment to some people, what the image means, the fact that these 3 images form a badge, the fact that it says "Capture the Night," that's not even the most important part of this entire thing. What's important, let's get into this now, is several things. Firstly, I'd like to take the opportunity for all those people that say it's not happening, they're not making a game. Well, odd, because they just did it again. They just teased us again. Secondly, for those people that are going to say, you get your hopes too high. What has Warner Bros. Ever done to get our hopes high? It's the YouTubers doing it. Okay, here you go. Here's number 2. So now we've got 2 direct, very direct teases by Warner Bros. Montreal. The first was "Capture the Night" with those 4 cryptic kind of, that video that had 4 pictures, and now we have this. Okay, so they are teasing it. This is an official teaser. I mean, that's literally what it is. They have officially teased their Batman game. In fact, they officially teased it in September. So here we are again in January. I saw a lot of people making jokes on social medias that okay, well, they're not going to post again for another 4 months. So here's the deal, and here's a couple, before I get to the big picture, I do want to say this. This is a small thing that's actually very important. Keep in mind when this happened. I believe this dropped at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Like my time, it was 7 a.m. that they dropped this, which means it was 10 o'clock in the morning in their studio, Montreal studio. So all the times that I've told you guys when their website could come back up or when they would drop a teaser in the first place, this is an important time. It's weird, right? Because it is such a small thing. But you got to look at the time. So in the morning, it seems to be in the morning. So, for those people, that, and even I fall into the trap sometimes, but if they're going to announce it, say, on their own, I think you can safely shut off the alarm bells in your head at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time or 5:30 Eastern or whatever, around that time. It's okay, they're gone. The work is closed. They seem to do these, and even the Capture the Night one, I believe that was also early in the morning, or before lunchtime, let's say, right before noon. So they like to do their things in the morning. So if something is going to happen by them, just Warner Bros. Montreal announcing it, or the website comes back up, something like that, it's going to happen. I'm not telling you, I'm predicting, but I'm saying it confidently. I think that it would happen in the morning based off of what we've gotten so far. Okay, so those are some of the small things, sticking it to the haters, figuring out this is kind of when they like to do things. Now, what does it all mean? Where does this go from here? Honestly, it's tough to tell because again, like the joke, like, yeah, they're gonna take four more months off of social media. Like, I want to laugh at that. I'm laughing at it right now. You could hear me, but at the same time, should we be like laughing scared because it's like, well, could they actually do that? Like, when September happened and they did that teaser, a lot of people went to Sony's State of Play. Some people went to Arkham Origins anniversary. We started to find dates in September, October. We said that it could just be announced at any given moment. But a lot of, especially like mainstream journalists, they said that maybe they're targeting Game Awards, right? So like they teased it, but then they're gonna wait 3 months. So honestly, you could say the same thing here. They're teasing it. They're reminding people, hey, we're still around. And by the way, I mean, that is big, right? Because now it's not just us talking about it. And though I like this, and having a whole I like having an influx of new people. But it's going to be a whole bunch of people that don't really know what's happening with this game, which is fine. But for Warner Bros. Montreal, it is smart, right? Because you're starting to get people more excited again. You're saying, hey, we're still around. And to be honest with you, you're insulting the people that have been here, right? Us, the people that have been here for a year, for 2 years, for however long you've been here. You're insulting us because it's like, yeah, we know you're still here. You're just saying it to anybody that's not really paying attention, like, hey, capture the night, like wink, wink. So when could it be announced? I mean, that's the biggest question, right? You don't just drop this teaser and then expect people, and for the people like in the comments too, if you guys are going to hate on me, I mean, that's fine, but you can't seriously expect a teaser of this magnitude to drop and people not speculate when will we get the next thing. Now, the question is, what is the next thing? Last time in September, we got the official tease, and then, okay, if you want to take the whole they didn't hype us up, it was YouTubers thing, what happened after that was pretty much nothing. Warner Bros. Montreal did nothing after Capture the Night. Now, what did happen was different writers, and the writer of Court of Owls tweeting out the Beware of the Court of Owls and having the tweet taken down, and all of these other things, and then some leaks, right, from industry insiders saying, hey, game's real. Some people have seen it, right? They know what it is. It is an Arkham game. It could be shown here. It could be. So, like, then we started getting a whole bunch of outside of Warner Bros. Montreal talk about the game. Now the question is, do we get that again? Does Warner Bros. Montreal go silent for a little bit, and now all that's left is, so I don't, because it's tough, because how does it work? Like, I'm not an insider, I'm not a leaker, but these leakers, do they literally, I assume, right, they have to have contacts, so they have to know something and know somebody in there. Like, is this the time where they start telling people in the gaming industry, like, hey, start spreading it around there that this game exists again, right? Just like you did a few months ago. Like, start doing that again. Is that what happens next? Or are we actually close to an announcement? Well, funny enough, I just had a video earlier today, right? We talked about the PS5 full reveal. That, honestly, there's more. I mean, it's funny because, like, I make a video. I think I sound pretty educated in it, right? I'm making, like, educated talk, and I'm saying, well, do they wait for the PS5? Because if you're waiting for the PS5, that means you could do it now. I'm making all these assumptions, and then all of a sudden, Warner Bros. Montreal just does this, right? Which kind of throws some of the stuff I said in that video off a little bit, because now it's like, all right, they're teasing it again. So, like, I again, like, for the people that say it's not real, like, it is real, and even for the people that were starting to doubt themselves, like, this should serve as enthusiasm for a lot of people, right? A lot of people that said, I'm just done until they announce it. This isn't an official announcement. They didn't announce anything, but, like, this has to get you kind of excited again, right? Or this has to build the hope that this game exists, right? I honestly don't know how something like this couldn't do that, right? So they did that. They've accomplished actually quite a bit just in this one teaser, which is really, really good. But now the question is, how close are they to being ready? And also, like I said in that earlier video, if they announce it at that PS5 reveal, which, again, we're only assuming that PS5 is having a reveal like in February or March, right? We're only assuming that. But if they do that, that means it's a next-gen game. And I mean, if they're teasing it right now, it's still possible that it could be announced rather soon and still come out in that, before end of August or before September period that we've talked about on this channel. It's possible it could still hit that. If they announce the game by, like, the end of February on their own, not at a next generation reveal thing, the game could still come out like late August, same time as Asylum did, be far enough away from next generation consoles that it does well, all of that stuff that we've talked about, right? It's possible. And now that we have a teaser, again, the question is, well, what follows the teaser? Are we going to get insider leaks? And then if that I really don't want that, by the way. That's not what I want, because when that happens, it's like, well, do we trust them? Do they trust Warner Bros. Montreal? Because all these people, they're not necessarily their careers, but their reputation as, an insider rests on them being right. And so many of them failed in that September to December period. Do they still report on this stuff? Or, what actually, I don't actually know. That's a question for them. But then do we trust them? Because, we've been through this game before. I think they've been right. I think they do know what they're talking about. But, in a large, I'm just one person, right? There's thousands of people that would look at it. So it's weird. Or do we get just another teaser, like next week, next Monday or Tuesday? Do we get something else and it starts to build? That's going to be the biggest thing. I mean, they can't just tease it. This is what they can't do. They can't tease it and then go away for, I would say, any duration more than 3 weeks. To be quite honest with you, I think even that's too long. This needs to be a weekly/bi-weekly thing where they do this, okay? And I don't know how much more they're willing to do, because they're still sticking with Capture the Night. They're still sticking with the kind of cryptic pictures, right? So how much more do you show us before you're ready to do something else? It's honestly really, really tough. It could honestly happen also any day now. I'm not going to jump to it's tomorrow, they're teasing it today and they're announcing it tomorrow. I mean, they could. It's not impossible. It's not impossible that they tease it again next week. And if the teases start to become closer to each other, then you could start to assume that something is getting very, very close. It's tough, though, because honestly, again, you predict things, you talk about things with them, and then they just do the complete opposite, or they do something very unexpected in a good way, most times a bad way. This time, though, it was a good way. So, guys, let me know in the comments below anything you want to talk about regarding this. I already had some different ideas for videos next week, but now I'm going to start, I'll mix it in. I'll mix these kind of things in with those videos. We'll see what happens. Everybody always, as always, keep your eyes and ears out and let me know when you guys see something. I know people posted or commented on that earlier video. I did see it by myself already, but, I greatly appreciate you guys letting me know these kind of things. If there's something breaking, I try to get the video up literally as soon as humanly possible. So, keep that in mind over the next couple weeks. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the bell icon's hit. We do so many videos besides Batman, so make sure the bell icon is rung so you guys know when these specific videos drop, okay? Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.